On the seventh day of Tildness, my film crew gave to me
7 till backers stopping by.
6 people yelling, "Quiet on the set!"
5
diva moments!
4 midnight pizzas.
3 hours of sleep.
2 amazing PAs.
And a naked guy in a bathtub.
Hello! Time for day 7. Day 7 was unfortunately the last day that we had Mari on the set. Now, Mari was our photographer. Mari came in and gave up her time to come in and take photos. She took production stills, took behind the scenes photos. 90-95% of all the photos that you have seen so far in these videos and posted up on our website and Facebook page were taken by Mari. Mari took hundreds of photos. And Mari was so much fun to have around because Mari is so sweet and everybody loves Mari. So Mari came in and she took lots of photos, and Mari would hang out until we were done. 3 o'clock in the morning, and Mari stayed just as long as everybody else. The only difference is that Mari went and worked her regular job at 7 o'clock in the morning. So she would go home and sleep for an hour or two and then go to work. And when she was done with work, she would come to the set. Yeah, Mari was amazing. For all the photos that she was taking, though, Mari did not like to have very many photos taken of her. Mari's shy. But it was so much fun to have Mari on the set. Like I said, unfortunately, day 7 was the last day that we got to enjoy her company. She wasn't going to be there for the last weekend that we were shooting for days 8 and 9. But we all still get to enjoy her photos that she took, because she took so many fabulous shots. I mean, just really, really nice work. So thank you, Mari. Thank you so much. We really appreciate everything that you did. Thank you. Day 7 was also a day that we had some visitors to the set. We had Ron and Millie Morris stop by, and so we got some pictures with them while they came to visit. Gary and his wife Janice Bradshaw stopped by, and we got photos with them. And so we all took a 15-minute break and chatted and took some photos with some of the cast and the crew, and it was really nice to have them stop by the set and check out everything that we had going on, and so that was cool. So thank you very much for stopping by. We really appreciated it, and it was a lot of fun having you. Also, day 7, that evening, we had to shoot some stuff in the car. We had to shoot a car scene. And we had several car scenes that we needed to shoot, and some of them were during the day, some were at night. This one happened to be at night, and so we went old school on this one. We pulled out the old school tricks for this. We set up the car in my driveway, set up lights outside the car. Took a camera, shot through the windshield, cleaned the windshield off, and shot through the windshield, and it was so dark that you can't see anything else through the windows. It's just black, and then just stood on the edge of the bumper and just made the car move a little bit, and the driver just moves his hands a little bit, and yeah, it looks like they're driving down the road. So we employed some old school tricks and some new school tricks, and we pulled out just about every trick we could think of for a lot of different scenes. But that was one of the old school tricks that we had to pull out, and it just makes things more. It just made things easier, you know. You don't actually have to drive down the road and try to get the camera guy in there and trying to, you know, all that type of stuff, and so yeah, it made that very easy, and Tony and Nick set up the shot while we were doing something else, and when we came out and banged it out and worked great. So that was pretty much day 7 in a nutshell. Oh, you know, day 7, there was also one other thing that went on day 7. We were a little bit cramped for time because on day 6 we had got some rain, and so we reshot a few things on day 7. Well, not reshot, but we shot a few. We had some shots that we had to get that we missed on day 6 because of that rain, and the stuff that we needed actually contained no dialogue. It was just some shots that needed to be taken outside that we just held off on because we knew we could slip them in on day 7 because there was no dialogue or anything. There was one shot that we did reshoot, and that was because when we finished up on day 6, it was, you know, about 3 o'clock in the morning, and we were doing the scene, and I completely, I'm gonna blame it on lack of sleep. I did not do my job, and you know, Danielle did a phenomenal job. But later on, the next day when I actually looked at the footage of what we had got from that shot, even though Danny had done spectacular, it wasn't exactly what I wanted. And so I made the decision that even though we were cramped for time, that we needed to shoot that again, and I needed to better explain what I was looking for, and I did that. I told her what I wanted, and bam, knocked it out of the park. I mean, almost right away, and we shot that scene or that shot in very little time, and got the couple shots that we needed, and I'm really glad that I decided to reshoot that little part and do that again, and I thank everybody for bearing with me on that, but very happy with it. So that was day 7, and I will see you tomorrow for day 8.